Food changes constantly, even when we're not paying attention. Fruits ripen, colors shift, textures wrinkle, smells grow stronger, and sometimes food becomes something we no longer recognize as edible. These changes can feel random, but they're not. They're driven by chemistry, biology, and time, quiet processes happening whether we notice them or not. In this video, we're looking at everyday foods and asking simple questions about what's really going on beneath the surface. Nothing here is personal or complicated, just familiar food slowly changing and the science that explains why. When you eat fruit, you're actually interacting with the plant's reproduction system. Seeds exist because fruit evolved as a way for plants to spread their offspring. Inside each seed is the beginning of a new plant protected by a tough outer layer. The sweet, colorful part of fruit developed to attract animals. When animals eat fruit, they often carry the seeds away from the parent plant. Some seeds pass through digestion, while others fall to the ground after being dropped or discarded. This process helps plants grow in new places, reducing competition for sunlight and nutrients. Over time, plants that produce tastier or more noticeable food had a better chance of spreading their seeds. So fruit isn't sweet by accident. It's part of a long relationship between plants and animals, shaped by survival and reproduction. Bananas turn brown because of a natural chemical reaction that happens as they age. Inside the banana are enzymes that react with oxygen when the fruit is exposed to air. This reaction is called oxidation. As bananas ripen, their cell walls break down and sugars increase. This makes it easier for oxygen to interact with those enzymes, leading to the brown color you see on the peel and sometimes the flesh. The browning doesn't mean the banana isn't safe. In fact, very ripe bananas are often sweeter because starches have turned into sugars. The color change is more about chemistry than spoilage. So when a banana turns brown, it's not going bad in the way we often think. It's simply continuing its natural ripening process. Raisins are wrinkly because they're dried grapes. Fresh grapes are full of water, which keeps their skin smooth and firm. When grapes are dried, most of that water slowly evaporates. As the water leaves, the inside of the grape shrinks. The skin collapses inward, creating the wrinkled texture raisins are known for. Nothing new is added. It's simply the same fruit in a more concentrated form. Drying fruit was one of the earliest ways humans preserved food. Removing water makes it harder for bacteria and mold to grow, allowing fruit to last much longer. So raisins aren't a different food entirely. They're grapes that have lost water, becoming smaller, sweeter, and more shelf-stable. Old food gets moldy because mold is a type of fungus that's almost everywhere. Mold spreads through tiny spores floating in the air. When those spores land on food and conditions are right, they begin to grow. Mold thrives on moisture, warmth, and nutrients. As food sits over time, it becomes an easy target. The mold breaks down the food to absorb energy, which is why fuzzy or discolored patches appear. Not all mold looks the same, and not all moldy food is safe to eat. Some molds produce substances that can make people sick, even if only a small part of the food looks affected. So mold isn't random or sudden. It's a natural process, but one that tells us food has passed its safe window. Some cheeses smell strong because of the bacteria used to make them. During cheese making, bacteria and molds break down proteins and fats in the milk. This process is called fermentation. As these microorganisms work, they release odor-producing compounds. These compounds are similar to those found in things like sweat or soil, which is why certain cheeses smell intense. A strong smell doesn't mean the cheese is spoiled. In many cases, it means that the fermentation process is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The flavor often doesn't match the smell as closely as people expect. So stinky cheese isn't a mistake. It's the result of controlled bacterial activity shaping flavor and texture over time. Beets grow underground because the part we eat is a root. Roots store energy for the plant, especially sugars created through photosynthesis in the leaves above ground. Growing underground protects the beet from temperature changes, weather, and animals. The soil also provides steady moisture and support while the plant matures. As the leaves collect sunlight, the sugars travel down into the root, causing the beet to grow larger and sweeter. The longer it grows, the more energy it stores. So beets grow underground not by accident, but because that's where storage roots work best for the plant's survival. Humans tend to like sweet things because sweetness once signaled safety and energy. In nature, sweet flavors usually came from ripe fruits or honey, foods that provided quick calories. Over time, the human brain evolved to reward sweet tastes. When you eat something sweet, the brain releases chemicals that create pleasure and motivation. This helped early humans seek out energy-rich foods needed for survival. The environment has changed, but the brain hasn't caught up. Today, sweet foods are abundant, even though the reward system still reacts as if they're rare and valuable. So liking sweet things isn't about weakness or lack of control. It's a leftover survival preference shaped by evolution. What's interesting about food isn't just how it tastes, it's how alive it is. Even after it's harvested, cut or cooked, it keeps changing. Seeds are meant to grow, sugars continue to react, bacteria keep working. Understanding these small changes doesn't make food less comforting. It often makes it more fascinating. If you've ever looked at something in your kitchen and wondered what was really happening to it over time, you're already thinking like a scientist. And there's always another everyday question worth being curious about.